My parents gave me up for adoption because they were still in high school. When they had me 24 years later, I found them. Part 2. She told me about how they both wanted to keep me, especially my biological dad. He didn't want me to be adopted, but he knew they had to because they were just kids. It took him a long time to get past it after I was born. That's why he didn't leave anything behind, because he didn't want to believe he would ever get to see me again. We talked for hours until almost 2 in the morning. She wanted to know everything about me, but her main concern was, am I happy? Were my parents good to me? Did I have a happy childhood? And I did. I told her thank you for helping to give me this life. We both cried again, but she cried the most. Everything was very emotional for her. Sometimes she would look really happy, but then get sad again. After my 18th birthday, she was hoping I would find her. That's why she stayed in the same city, but since I didn't, she always thought maybe I resented her. Wasn't told I'm adopted, or maybe had decided it was better not to have her around. It made me feel bad for not telling her sooner. She told me it's not my fault, and I did the right thing by going at my own pace. Honestly, she's so sweet. The way she kept looking at me with the biggest smile made emotional. Sometimes it makes you think, how can someone who's been a total stranger your whole life look at you with so much love? It's wild we learned so much about each other. She asked me if we could have dinner soon to keep talking, and if at some point in the future I'm interested. Come over to her house so I can meet her husband. That all sounded really great. We exchanged numbers, and after I left she sent a text telling me thank you for giving her this gift that she didn't know would ever come. My girlfriend came over and she hugged me while I cried. I wasn't sad. These were happy tears. Everything went better than I expected. There was still emotionally heavy stuff, but I'm still glad that we got to open up to each other. Update 2, lots of you asked to let you know how it goes. Meeting my biological dad, and to say it was emotional as an understatement, to be honest, this was more nerve-wracking for me, because I didn't know anything about him. With my bio mom, it was different, because I watched her from afar and got to know her a little before it all came out. I asked my bio mom if she could be there too, just because she knows him better. So it was the two of us waiting for him at this park. He was already crying before we even got to him. This guy's strong too, so he pulled me in for the biggest bear hug, and we were both crying. He told me he wants me to know that they loved me so much, and he loves me. I lost count of how many times he'd come back in for one more hug. This definitely got to him, and he kept saying, "Thank you, God." A few times, while looking at my face, hearing him tell me how much they loved me, even back then, meant so much to me. And not going to lie, that had me holding him tight too, I'm sure to everyone at the park. It was weird seeing 3 crying people. My bio dad said he cried so many times just driving over here. He didn't think he had any more tears until he saw us when we were all sitting down. It hit me that my bio mum was not kidding when she said we look alike. Obviously he's older, but still the similarities were crazy. He brought gifts too, which was a surprise. It was really nice.